Good evening, everybody. It's your boy, Doc. Okay, I'm trying something different, okay? And I want to get some feedback from you guys, okay? So I'd like to know which camera you all prefer, okay? So let me know. We have two guests today. One is Dark. Go ahead and tell them what you do and where they can find you. Well, I'm Dark with DLD After Dark, and I do a bunch of dark stuff. Who else you got on today? Boom. What's up, player?
Hi, I'm Flying Rich, and that's my 50 cal in case you haven't seen my social media.
Tis that fitty. Tis that fitty.
And I'm here to encourage all of you to enter the Feed My 50 cal program.
Thank you.
You too could buy a sandwich bag that would feed a starving 50 cal. That's right. A small donation from you could help feed a starving 50 cal.
Feeling I think is going to be starving for a while.
You can make a difference.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start it off. So thank you. I believe the first person. Now it's been so long, and I apologize, guys. I was held up literally for almost an hour. It was something I had to do. I believe it was Safe Line.
Wait. Before you go, it wasn't a reference to the text I sent you earlier, was it?
No.
Okay, good.
No. No. So yeah, so let me know. He says I'm gaining weight. I've actually lost like 11 pounds. Just gonna throw that out there, tighten it up a little bit. I've only been doing McFlurries once a week. I hate my life. So I want to go ahead and start by saying what's up. Obviously, Safe Line Live, you get one crisp high five. I appreciate you. Dark was replaced by a clone. Yes, I was. Hi, y'all. I am Dark. I'm with DLD After Dark. It just got too dark. That's witty.
All I gotta say is not printed.
I am not printed. And neither is your fitty. Left looks better, but the dark on the right, I know better. Hey, they got. See,
you look a little pasty on the right side.
Don't I? Like after looking, like
the one that's off axis.
Now hold on. Before you're saying I look pasty on this one?
No, the other one. Yeah. And there's no audio. You're muted on that one. And you also.
Jeez. Okay, I'll work on that.
Master of technology.
No, it's just something. It's the click of one simple button.
And you got the echo still.
I haven't clicked the button.
See, I'm so used to running the stupid StreamYard and clicking on the cool comments, and too many choices had a cool comment I wanted to click on.
Dang, Jay the Shooter just mentioned your boy Doc on his Instagram story. It was
really
on the Pineapple Show that DLD and Bacon are the same person. No.
Is that what Jay thinks?
No.
Oh.
No. That's what Martin Kaminsky said. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So the GB.
Where's my Jay the Shooter feed?
Dave Scantlin, what's up, brother? Good seeing
you.
Dave.
There's another guy named Dave? Oh.
There is. Oh, man, come on. Why you have to do that? Hold on 1 second.
I'll just entertain the people.
Open the door.
I'll just entertain the people. So, Dark is taking intermission.
Talk with chat. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Dark is taking a brief intermission to eat the McFlurry that was DoorDash to his house. Actually, it's 2 small McFlurries that were DoorDash to his house because we're worried about his weight loss. Mr. Snow Makes posted something. Don't know what it is, but it's a part in a 3D printed other thing. I'm assuming it's for his Voron, which is a Core XY 3D printer.
Night Custom Builds, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Martin Kaminsky, Sport Brand, the GD Bacon, Chenamemba, too many choices. Mike McClune, what up? Did I miss anything? Had to reboot. Safe Line Live, your clone is looking at me all wrong. I'm going to start doing the show. It's because I was doing it facing the computer, but now I'm facing you guys. So I started setting up this whole new system. What I'm doing is I've invested several hundred pennies into. I'm just kidding. No, it's a camera. That's all it is.
You've been shopping for electronics at Goodwill again?
Yes, and every now and then you find a winner.
I gotta tell you, the most favorite memories of my childhood is when my mom took us to the Salvation Army to pick out toys.
Oh, it was great because everything was so cheap. You could get a few things, It was awesome. A little more.
You have no idea how great. I love that place.
Oh, dude, it was just as cool as going to the doctor's office and like being able to play with those like toys that were just like laid out in like the waiting room area where you bring the wooden beads along the little thing. Yeah, I had a blast with that stuff too.
Oh.
But I knew after I left that.
Not custom builds. Did you pick a Christian?
Did you pick a Christian? Yeah. Shout out to Goodwill. Oh yeah. Okay, Evil SD, what up? No, Evil SD. So
all right. So all right, are you going to Iraq Veteran Shoot in October?
Go ahead. Oh wait.
Are you going to the Iraq Veteran Shoot in October?
Are you saying am I?
Yeah.
Possibly. I'm actually going to have a conversation with Iraq Veteran.
Who? With who?
With Eric Brothelston.
Brantford.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I was just kidding. I typically
all I gotta say is I'm gonna be totally pissed if you start like a regular relationship with Eric and you're like chatting with him on the phone all the time. You already did it. Right? It's like, hey man, what'd you have for breakfast, dude?
The problem is that like that's why
everybody loves you.
Everybody that I talk to, like I save them in my phone as their their whatever name they're using. I don't say if they're like, hey, my phone is Jiminy Crickets, or my name is Jiminy Crickets. I don't save their phone as their real name, because it's too easy to slip up. So, Carolina EDC reviews. What's up?
And the reason I ask is because I saw Carolina EDC there, and so we need to get a Black Swan Media Airbnb.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be cool. I heard they stopped parents from trying to save their children, but the cops wouldn't go in. So we are going to discuss that. DLD is going all Hollywood. Yeah,
Hold on, I'm gonna get clearance if we can discuss a piece of information.
Yeah, ask if we can discuss that. I guarantee you, with the viewers that we have, if we put that out, it will be found tonight. They know where to look. Robert Ribbit Harrison, what's up? Chenamemba. Judas Priest, what up? Chenamemba. Got a bunch of channel members in here. Chamber Defense, FDSS, Carolina EDC Reviews, GD Bacon, Sport Brand, Evil SD, Dave Scantlin. Now, Dave Scantlin actually came. And Dave, this is not a typical stream, okay? We're not just like, usually we're a little bit more professional, so bear with me. DLD bullies dark. Yeah. Yeah, and actually a few folks followed over from 2AEDU's stream last night. So thank you. Appreciate you. Dave, you're the man. My name is Dave as well. So, it's cool. Heath, Chenamemba. Gonna make sure I don't miss anyone. Mike McClune, Chenamemba. Safe Line Live, trying to remember, BB Luminous, JC,
Whoa.
Gerchap, 0Fs given, and
I got a message back to the question.
and
Yes.
yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so hold that, keep it close to the chest, and we'll discuss it in a minute. So a couple things we are going to discuss tonight. Number one is going to be like, we all know that YouTube is using a few different methods of helping our current, a few different ways, helping our current government and helping our current societal pressures, or the way that this society is. They are restricting the flow of information for things like privately manufactured firearms, firearm safety tips.
Wait, hold on. People privately manufacture firearms?
Some do. Now, some only buy an upper and lower.
I don't have any tissues to wipe the tears out of my eyes.
Yeah, it's something I know you weren't prepared for, but I know you just buy an upper and a lower and then assemble it and say you built it. But some people actually build firearms.
Hey, I had to put a hammery thingy in the pin thingy, and
I know. I'm just playing. I'm joking. I know you're a builder, Jeremy.
believe it or not, some people actually 3D print firearms and assemble them.
What up? That's actually.
I have my favorite 3D printed firearm right here.
Is it by?
I'm touching it. I'm touching it.
I think actually the TOS says that you're not allowed to touch or handle.
It's by that guy.
So even if like right now, my hand is firmly grasping the shaft of my 3X. Careful. I was thinking the same thing. I have this object right here. It does can. Na, 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 na. Get it? Can.
Can.
Okay, so one of the folks in our own community, very recently, who's never, surprisingly,
he's actually not monetized, right?
I don't believe he was monetized. I
Ever.
think he may have become monetized because he referenced Google AdSense in this most recent video.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
I have not been getting ads, but I also don't, the way my setup is, I don't get ads. So I don't know if so Print Shoot Repeat came on our show, and on our show we were talking about him becoming monetized, and he was saying like, well, I don't want to go down that road because of the possibility that I'll lose my channel. And we're like, dude, you got to abide by the TOS either way. It doesn't matter if you're monetized or not. You still have to abide by the terms of service. Now, if you're monetized, obviously they have more leverage over you, for somebody that size, but they really have not been messing with him much or at all. He's had massive growth. The channel is less than 2 years old, and I don't recall exactly how many subs.
It's like a year and a few months.
Yeah, it's well, I think it may be a year and a half.
It might be a year and a half.
Yeah, I think it's close to a year and a half, but they really haven't been, messing with him too much. I could pull up, what his current. Let me see. Okay, so he is at 248,000 subs. Okay, and the interesting thing is that his additive manufactured MP5 video that he just recently posted got 250,000 views. Now that's dedicated viewership.
Oof, on the radar.
Oh, you're saying like because of that blew his
Oof.
I mean, even like, yeah, test firing my 3D printed MP5, 119,000 views. 3D printed AR goes full semi-auto, 1 million views.
1 million.
Let's see this. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's any ads on this. So he may not be monetized, but I mean, let's be honest though, right? Like for my channel, like I just come on, I throw it on live, and I have a guest on, or I just talk to you guys like this, right? And that doesn't take, like, I'm not like an artist, right? Yeah, there's been times I've done hard videos and edited them and all that stuff, and I do that. I enjoy doing that, but as far as like the time commitment, I would have to replace the times that I stream with doing things like that. So I would actually have to remove streaming content to be able to do that more frequently, at least on a more consistent basis. So he is an artist. He is a videographer. He is a very talented musician. He is the craziest Fruity Loops engineer I've ever seen. The guy is nuts, right? His film editing, his audio editing, like the way the dude is a beast, okay? He is the 3D printing version of Dugan Ashley of Carnicon, in my opinion. And
Good way of putting it.
thank you. And honestly, I think that he's kind of flown under the radar with 248,000 subs, 105 videos, and he keeps getting zapped on Instagram. But basically, if you guys hadn't seen it, he posts this video. YouTube is removing my content, and then says bye-bye. And PSR, if you're out there, brother, feel free to speak up, or you're welcome to even come on as well. Yes, Print Shoot Repeat is who we're referring to. And they took down that video, and they said that it is breaking the terms of service, that he is showing people how to manufacture a firearm, which obviously
didn't happen.
What are your thoughts on that?
Didn't happen. I watched the video. It was fun. He basically slapped the handle a whole bunch of times.
Yep.
Didn't happen. He showed test firing. I don't even think there was a wrench or a screwdriver in the video.
No, he did show the additive manufacturing process in small snippets, but again,
that's like pouring concrete. Now you're cement mason. What?
Well, that's the thing. Like that, we're talking to the same type of people that believe that the ingredients are the product, right? You know, we're talking to the same people that a bag of sugar and a bag of flour is a birthday cake. So it doesn't, you know.
That's another. You're really knocking it out of the park. Good way of putting it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I like using my words sometimes, and you know, it drives me crazy because these people are. Well, let me back it up first, because then I'm just going to go on a rant and just hate on governmental organizations and everything that's verbally hate on them. Sorry. So this could be the beginning of them starting to cancel PSR, and that would be a terrible thing. And I think PSR, brother, if you're out there, let's get together and find a way that we can keep you, you know, as mainstream as possible, because this is how, regardless of how people feel about the mask and all that shit, like, he has a reason for the mask, a very good reason for the mask. And you know,
see, I don't think you should ever unmask. I'm totally keep the mask thing going. Don't stop.
Yep, no, I agree.
All right, so if he was monetized, Social Blade says $252 a month to $4K a month. It's like, whoa, that'd be killer.
So yeah, so Carnicon is still a cult classic, and backing up to some other questions that, so to my understanding, Dugan had deleted, or his channel had been removed, his most recent channel. If there is another channel that the one that he was posting about the small hats and all that on, let me know. I had Dugan back on about 5 months ago, almost to the dot. I mean, I could give you the date, but Dugan had come back on twice, and let me see. Well, it doesn't matter. It was probably like 4 or 5 months ago, and he did shout out his channel, and that he was just, not really coming back, but he was just going to be every now and then putting out some information. And last I looked it up, I could not find his channel, so I didn't know if somebody else said that his channel was deleted. And we all know Dugan. What he does is he comes in, he makes a channel, puts out a bunch of info, then he deletes everything, disappears for a couple months, then comes back and does it all over again. That's what he's done since the beginning with Booger Eater, with Dugan's super important messages TM, with every single channel following that, and then all the discords as well. That's what's happened. So we are going to talk about JSD too. I don't want you guys to think that they're out of the woods. That'll be the next conversation. Then we're going to go to TX, if that's okay. IPS, what's up, brother? Yes, a couple weeks ago there were videos. Thomas Hardy, do a search. Let me know if you find it. I could not find the channel when somebody brought that to my attention.
All right, I got to tell you this. So I'm trolling Social Blade.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up Iraq veteran 8888.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what his monthly range could be?
80 to 120.
80 what?
$80,000
a month.
A month, yeah.
It says 1,000 to 16,000 a month.
That is
I think that's
a joke.
I think that's crazy low.
That dude is making the annual salary of an engineer every month.
We're thinking. Let's just. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. First off,
really quickly, you're right. That is an overstep. I should not bring things like that up. I am guessing, based on projections of other YouTubers that I know and have spoken with, that somebody of that stature with a channel of that size would likely be making much more than what they're projecting. But that's none of my freaking business.
It just both Dark and I've met Eric going to the Iraq veteran shoots. I'm sure he doesn't know who I am from that. I'm friendly with his wife. I've spent some time talking to her and some of the, because she does a lot of the behind the scenes work. Yeah. And she knows who I am. And I know now Eric knows who I am because I've been on the show a couple of times, or he's been on the show a couple of times. Do you want to talk about the nicest and most easy to get along with guy?
Yeah.
So I think it was Tuesday, he was on the show again.
Check.
The show's starting, he's not there. And I emailed him earlier. I'm like, oh, here's the link for the show. He thought it was, hey, the show you did 2-3 weeks ago is now public and this is the link.
Yeah.
And Chad, as far as I know, all is good. I don't know any negative news about Chad. So
he's still on
Chad.
there. Yeah, he's still on. And he was just recently on. He just recently did a video solo on there.
Oh yeah. Oh cool.
Ting Ting, what up? Good to see you.
And so I call up Eric Tuesday. I'm like, hey man. He's like, hey, what's up? We're texting, and I just called him. Like, all right, let me just call him. All he was concerned about wasn't like, hey, F you, I was watching I Love Lucy, blah, blah. It was like, dude, I'm not ready. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not ready? You don't have to do anything. He thought there was something he had to study and be prepared for to come on the show.
Yeah.
That's all. That was the only. It was like, oh, man, I just woke up from a nap. I was going to eat a sandwich. It was like literally John finished the pre-roll commercials and boom, he was on. I was like, I didn't expect him to be on that soon.
Let me back up for a second. For somebody that has like Sport Brands comments says, no way, 16K is almost 200K a year. That sounds about right. It's important that you guys know somebody that is at 2.6 million subscribers, they're making $1 million a year if they're playing their cards right. Somebody like Brandon Herrera is making over $1 million a year, 100% confirmed. And again, it's like that. I don't mean to make this like weird to talk about that. I'm just saying that like once you get to a certain point, what we consider to be typical annual income, they're pulling in a month, not necessarily from Google AdSense money,
Right.
because if their videos are monetized, if they're finding a way to play within the lines, which you can, like there are a lot of ways to do that. Although they will attack you and try to pull you down. A lot of these guys have specific YouTube representatives working with them, sometimes exclusively, depending on the
Yeah,
site.
when you're above 1 million.
Yeah.
And do me a favor, when you have Eric on the show, ask him about that, because I didn't get a good chance to ask him definitively those questions, but
Yeah, I'll definitely.
we kind of got some answers to that, but
Yeah.
and dude, if you elaborate on the redneck lightning round, I would love it.
Oh, dude, I'll do a whole nother version. Yeah. So views are everything. Watch time is everything for the
Watch time.
Yeah, like Rich and I were just having this conversation just the other day, and yeah, watch time is everything.
So I think I have twice as many views a month as Dark, but Dark has twice the double my watch time.
I think it was like 3 to 4 times watch time. I'm just being funny.
And there's reasons for that. Like I did a couple of shorts. Usually I do a couple of shorts a week that I'll get 1,000+ views on, and that'll bump it up. And a short, the last 2 shorts I did were like 14, 15 seconds each. So yeah, the watch hours I was going to get on that, nothing for the most part.
Well, and also just the shorter content. Like I will always, even with half the subs that you got, I'll always, well, at this position, having half the subs you got, I'll always, be, getting more watch time because I'm doing 6 to 9 hours of content a week.
Live content, which is more important.
Yeah, it's so that's all. But again, like I know, sorry to get off on like a YouTube tangent, but
the YouTube wonkiness.
Yes, Dark does have quality viewers, and I love all of you for it, which a lot of you quality viewers are Rich's quality viewers as well, and we all love you for it. So thank you.
It's serious, yeah. It's I almost once a week for a while. I used to do like a Sunday video and just like kind of shoot the shit and thank people, and I did that this morning. I did a live talking about stuff, and one of the things I talked about this morning on its video, I intentionally made my tiki hut that's falling apart my thumbnail, and I made sure I shot it out by the pool, and I'm like, I got the busted tiki hut.
Nice.
And I'm like, and I did this way you see pool and pool chairs and deck, that's cool. This way you see busted tiki hut. This way you see, and the idea is like, hey, you know what? YouTubers or social media shows you this perfect picture of a life. We're all human. We eat, we drink, we sleep, we work, we do all the same things everybody else does. And as much as we show a more sterile, like a happy-go-lucky life, we all have our own. We all have our own demons. Let me put it that way.
If you guys heard the type of shit that like me, Rich, John, and like all the other people in our little family of channels, all the shit that we go through, that we talk to each other about, like it's nuts. It's crazy. But getting back on track, I think I'm sorry, what were you going to say? Something?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like Dark and I are like a mutual support system a lot of the time.
Yeah. If we lived closer to each other, we'd probably have kissed by now. You're into that. Just kidding. So now they definitely can't take us down because for all they know, I'm gay.
Dark gave me the no.
I'm just kidding. I don't wear a ring. So a couple things. So if PSR is potentially getting intercepted, or his shit is going to get in any way interrupted or shot down or throttled or demonetized or whatever. I don't think it's monetized. I'm not sure. But regardless, we all need to make sure that we come together as a community and we help support each other. And PSR, anything that you need, brother, holla at your boy. I got you. And yeah, we're here.
I was hoping he was on Utreon, but I don't see him on Utreon.
I don't believe that he is. I believe he is a reader and follower of the Homer, the
Oh, okay.
the Odd Sea. So there's two things we need to move on and discuss, and I forgot my charger. Yeah. Oh no, got it. Hell yeah, baby. A couple things. Number one. Well, I guess this would actually be number two. So number two, I do want to discuss JSD. I think it's important because a lot of people are seeing that the ATF letter was rescinded. And Rich, what does it mean when an ATF letter is rescinded?
That's kind of like Indian giver. Is that culturally inappropriate? That's like, I give you a letter, I take it back. It's kind of like, oh, here you go. Just kidding.
Yeah, so it's like if I put in an offer on a house and then I rescind the offer, I am taking back the offer. It is no longer on the table. It is no longer in play. But here's the deal. So it's going around the internet. The first thing I saw was that just as a random person, I get an alert, a notification that says JSD's ATF letter was rescinded. And I was like, oh my God, like this is huge news. Like this is incredible. Like need to jump in and get the word out and get people back.
And Jordan's like, yeah, that was so last week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so funny enough, it actually literally was a week ago. And there's somebody asked, how's Jordan doing? He's doing okay. And he's carrying the burden of him, taking care of his employees and his employees' families seriously. And he's not going to.
I want to stop you right here, and I'm sorry for interjecting, but Jordan, he has JSD Supply on IG, and he also has Jordan Vinro on Instagram. And one morning, he posted a picture of everybody's car, not to dox them, but to say, "Hey, this is great. I've got a business that's enabling all of these people to have jobs. I'm supporting, like, this is my family. I'm supporting these people
and cars." Sorry.
And I just, that's something I don't know how many of you have run your own business, but the idea of, keeping your business going to support other people is kind of a real touching thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's a commitment that he takes very seriously. It is something that I knew he would never take lightly, even with an interruption like this. And we could say Jordan is a very smart guy. He knew that something like this was going to occur. And this is why he, a couple years back, started taking steps to diversify his revenue. So if an interruption like this did occur, that he can kind of, still be safe, have separation, and still potentially be able to take care of and even employ other families, or other people, and then protect their families because we're talking about over a dozen dudes and ladies and gentlemen that all have jobs here. This is how they pay their mortgages. This is so it's serious shit. So it should be taken as such, and I know that he is not sleeping very well right now. And he is too good of a person to lose nights of sleep over shit like this. So, getting to it, so the ATF sends this letter. I'll pull it up and I'll freaking read it, just because why not? So the letter says this, and I want you guys to understand that you know how the ATF works, okay? Hold on real quick. So Heath says, DLD After Dark, a school posted on their billboard at their school saying, attention, our staff is armed and will do whatever it takes to protect the children. Hell yeah, that's badass. I love it. Keep it going. Stay strapped. Be safe. Be dangerous. Love people and be prepared to open up their throats in less than 3 seconds. So here's the letter, and I shall read it. I had it on my phone, but I'm actually currently occupying my phone right now. So Rob Olson is the chicken farmer. He's the lawyer. And it says, Dear Mr. Olson, the cease and desist letter dated May 9th, 2022, and issued to your client, JSD Supply, is hereby rescinded. What great news! Right? Right? I stand with JSD Supply. Please be aware that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, aka the ATF's long-standing position that firearm kits that are designed to or may readily be converted to expel a projectile by the action of an explosive are firearms as defined by the Gun Control Act. 18 USC, for all of you guys that were in here when I was referencing 18 USC, that's two laws that they constantly fall back on, is 18 and 16 USC. There are so many subcategories and subsections in there that they can find anything that that rule covers.
It's like Nostradamus text, yes.
Yeah, it's like basically public safety and well-being and shit like that. By the Gun Control Act, 18 USC remains in effect. It remains in effect, okay? So, see in the matter of the search of Polymer 80 Inc., 3-20 MJ123 WGLD, Nevada, December 9th, 2020. Any questions about whether any particular product or products would be considered a firearm for purposes of the GCA and its implementing regulations may be submitted to the ATF for classification. Now, you guys got to keep in mind that JSD still has that has been sitting at the ATF for classification for years. Literal fucking years. Okay, so here's what this means for anyone that just kind of wants the quick and dirty. Hey yo, JSD, here's this letter, dog. Can't do business. Then go through all this bullshit and they come back. Oh, hey dog, I heard you like running businesses. I'm just kidding. Hey dog, we're gonna take that letter back. Don't even worry about it. Okay, but we still believe that all the parts that you're selling are firearms. So it's still illegal. So this letter, whether you have it or not, pre this letter, during this letter, post this letter, doesn't fucking matter. If you sell any parts, it's still illegal. So Rob Olson, the lawyer, said, okay, well, can we sell any combination of parts? The ATF says this. I'm sorry, we're not subject matter experts.
What's the best ever? I asked my plumber. He said I could.
Then why the fuck are you writing all of these examination letters and determination letters that are putting people in? You're incarcerating them. Oh, it gets better.
There's like an hour's worth of unpacking to do here.
Oh my God, yes. There's so much more.
But that's got to be one of the best lines ever. That's the I'm rubber, you are glue, bounces off of me and sticks to you. Na 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 na. I'm like,
yeah. Well, so hold on.
Just,
so Jordan personally has an FFL. The FFL is not
not JSD's.
It's
not the company's.
JSD. Mrs. Albrecht.
So Jordan could own full auto pews.
Yeah.
That's not a full auto pew.
Yeah. So,
Has anybody noticed?
I
Nobody?
mean,
Nobody?
from here it looks like an A2 AR. Well, hold on, because it gets even better. Okay, so Rob Olson, the chicken farmer lawyer, says, okay, so can we sell any combination of parts if we stay away from kits? Can we sell any combination of parts? I don't know, a slide and a lower parts kit, right?
Slide a barrel,
Any combination of parts. The ATF
clean
says,
upper.
sorry, we're not subject matter experts. So then he says, okay, well, can they sell some parts? I'm sorry, we're not subject matter experts. Third question, can they sell a spring? What do you think they said?
Hold on, hold on. Do I get a lifeline? Can I call
Yeah.
Sport Brand? Can I do? Who can I call?
Yeah.
What is this the $64,000 question? Do I get a lifeline?
You could just guess.
I could just guess.
The answer is
I'm gonna go with subject matter experts for 100.
yes. The response to can they sell a spring was I'm sorry, we are not subject matter experts. Keeping in mind,
I would,
people,
dude, if I was Jordan, I would put like fucking leaf springs from a 1960 International on my website right now.
oh, dude, this, like, think of this. Okay? So they are advertising themselves as experts to the world, to our communities, to society.
Well,
These are
we have the manual and know how they've become experts. They tour a couple of manufacturing facilities.
yeah, it's fucking abysmal.
It's like, oh, by the way, here's our lunchroom.
Dude,
Here's shipping and receiving.
I have literally seen ATF letters that say based on our expert opinion. Okay.
Which I'm wait. Expert opinion. Would you be a subject matter expert if you had an
I would venture
expert opinion?
I would venture to guess, yes. I would be so fucking pissed off if I were them because they're saying, hey, we are rescinding the letter, but if you continue to run your business, we can fucking tear you down at any moment. We can arrest all of you at any moment because even though we are rescinding this letter and the world will celebrate and wonder why you're not in business, which is probably worse, right? We're telling you that if you do,
But
get back to business as usual.
all right.
Your
So
community,
we kind of missed a couple of things here in the unpacking. So
yeah,
all right, you got some of the good ones out. When you say the 1968 Gun Control Act says frames with jigs and drill bits, and this is a piece of plastic, because they're readily convertible, are firearms and therefore are regulated by the 1968 GCA.
that's what they're saying. Yes,
But what the 1968 GCA said, when it's mentioned readily convertible, and this isn't even first year law student. This is, I actually had Matt from Funbusters on John Crump Live because I wanted the answer to this question. I didn't know. What it was is you could buy a starter pistol that had a blockage in the barrel. What was a 32 ACP or something like that from Italy? Stupid cheap. It wasn't a gun. Didn't have a background check. And basically, they were saying it's a starter pistol. There's a blockage, a lead ball that you can jam out of the barrel with a pencil, and you have a firearm. The readily convertible referred to firearms that were no longer functional but could be readily convertible back to firearms.
for like an example, restrictions on some parts kits having demilled receivers, right? Yeah. So there are restrictions on how to destroy a receiver, right? You can
Correct.
them, you can crush them, you can blah 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 blah. There are 3 ways on the ATF website that says that. And
So like I have AUG and set me part kits. You know what I didn't get? The receiver. There's no receiver in
yeah,
any of them.
and if you do get
It's not even a sawed up receiver. I didn't get a receiver.
yeah, and if you do get a receiver, you get a receiver that's been cut up into 3 pieces
Yeah.
or crushed, which most people don't crush them, but that is an ATF approved way of destroying a receiver. So this is the issue. So with the FFL aside, because I know too many choices with what you're saying, the consider that the FFL has nothing to do with JSC supply, because I know with what you're saying is that, well, the ATF can't oversee anything that JSD is doing because they're just selling parts. But what they're saying is that by what JSD is doing, that they are selling firearms as an unlicensed manufacturer, and they are not serializing them, they are not logging them, and they're not doing background checks, and they're selling firearms. So imagine if there was an FFL that whose license lapsed, and they were selling home-built firearms with no serial numbers, with no that's what they're thinking that this is the equivalent to, which is ridiculous. They're parts. They're parts. You guys have seen the hours that I put into one P80. One P80. Okay, sorry. I know we're getting off on a tangent here.
So, all right. So what I wanted to unpack was the 1968 GCA has never, ever, ever been applied to firearm kits.
Or the manufacturing.
80% kits. The 1968 GCA was talking about things that were firearms were somehow demilled, if you would, or made incapacitated, but in such a simple way that anybody with simple tools could readily convert them back to firearms. That it wasn't talking about something that was never a firearm and could be quickly, readily made into a firearm. This is a completely new interpretation. And so what the original letter to JSD said, so it quoted 1968 GCA, and it also said that it had nothing to do with the new rule coming up on the 120-day countdown.
Yep.
So, hi.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And you're right, Mrs. Albrecht. We do need shirts that say AFT, not subject matter expert.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Actually,
call Bob.
Sport, while we're live, can you draw that up and put, I don't know if we can put ATF because of, stuff. But if you could put or maybe if you put BATFE or a small B and then big ATF and then little E, right? Like BATFE, not subject matter experts or something. You get what I'm saying. Maybe AFT to be safe, something like that. You figure it out. Anyway, legal gold from JSC's perspective, I hope. So the problem is that it is still prohibiting them from running their business. And that is a huge just rod in the spokes of what they're, in any other situation where the ATF letter is rescinded, that's that.
Yeah.
Now what they're doing is they're saying, no, we're rescinding the letter, but our position still stands.
So the legal tactic on the ATF rescinding the letter is like It's been rescinded. You can't challenge it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But in the rescinding letter, they say 1968 GCA still applies, which is what the letter in the cease and desist, or C&D as we say, the C&D said 1968 GCA. So is it the 1968 GCA or is it the 1968 GCA? Now, more interestingly, last Wednesday, even though the C&D letter said, hey man, 1968 GCA, not this new rule coming out in 120 days. Do you know what the lawyer for the ATF argued last Wednesday in front of the judge?
What's that? I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either, but I know a guy. The lawyer said, oh yeah, the new rule.
What was he saying regarding the new rule?
He was saying the C&D is because of the new rule.
Mm.
The C&D said it's not because of the new rule, it's because of the 1968 GCA.
You know what my thought process is on this?
Don't put your junk in crazy.
Strike Industries got visited by the ATF. And I don't know if this is public. I hope I am not speaking out of turn. But Strike Industries was visited by the ATF because Strike Industries, for a very long time, made these things.
Woohoo!
Right? And everybody knows.
That box shape and the way it folds and closes look very familiar.
Yeah. The Strike 80 was a P80, was a collaboration between Strike Industries and Polymer 80. And they came up with a Strike 80. And it is a Strike Industries 80%er. Well, Strike Industries stopped making them. And then they said, we're only going to re-release the Strike Glock, the Strike frame, in a fully serialized format. And this was way before any of this shit came out. And I don't know if they, if they and Marine Gun Builder got together and they were like, hey, we need to pull out of this shit right now. Everything's going to fall down. That's a joke, y'all. That is a joke. Okay, sorry. So I don't know if maybe, they knew something was coming, or I guess we all did, right? But some of us are willing to die on that hill. Some of us are not. Or maybe they just said, hey, you know what? This is a huge opportunity to drive up, the desire of this particular frame. And a lot of people want our slides and barrels, and let's just do complete firearms, right? So the ATF came in and visited them and said, hey, what you doing? And they're like, oh, we are completely out of 80s. We are only doing completely serialized frames and matching serialized slides and barrels. And we're going to be putting them out as serialized firearms directly to FFLs. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. Have a good day. And they left. Other people have been visited too, that I've been told. And they said, we stopped carrying and selling unfinished frames and receivers. And we're going to transition to selling serialized P80 or, whatever. And all of those people got a good, just making sure that you're preparing for the rule change that is coming in the future. So, my humble opinion, they are spot checking all these places that are like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, we're stopping everything with privately manufactured firearms. We're going only to serialized firearms that an individual would have to go to a gun shop, get it shipped there. You go to an FFL and do a 4473, do a background check, sign off on it, and pay for it and leave and whatever. And then they just say, oh, okay, cool. But the people that say, hey, we're trying to find a way to work around the rule change and trying to find a way to still provide the community with frames here, jigs here, tooling and templates and instructions here. And what happens to those companies?
It'd be a shame if your business got shut down.
Yeah, straight up mafia tactic bullshit.
It'd be a shame if you got a cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
That shut down your business.
Not subject matter experts, exactly. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I think that I think that their thing is going after people, companies that are selling a maybe a particular volume of P80s that don't have an FFL, because it is, in their eyes, it is a breach of the laws. They believe that if you sell a frame and the parts to complete the frame, that it is a firearm. Even though there are hours of work that must be done to do a good, a good quality conversion. It's horseshit. So that's that. Anything else you want to add on that before?
Or hours of just hunting around your room for where you shot that spring.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, JSD, I need a new spring. So if I actually literally do need a spring. I not even a spring. I need that little freaking black nipple that goes on the
Plunger for the
plunger. Yeah,
extractor.
that shit. I have no idea how it happened, man. It.
3D print one. Oh.
I have never. I wouldn't 3D print. I would want like a like OEM or something.
Yeah.
I've never launched one of those in my life, and I was.
Oh, are you kidding? I'm like, I check my Roomba every day to see what springs have popped up.
Yeah, I'm not that bad. So I do want to hit Tejas. Anything else that you want to hit on before we keep it moving here?
So I did a quick video on this. Crumpy did a video on this. There's some interesting legal wranglings going on with regards to this. It seems like the ATF has a crazy weak case. That's why they rescinded it. They're going kind of like that. GCA, no new rule. No GCA, no new rule. They're all over the place, and it's just kind of nutbag.
Yeah. Completely ridiculous. Kimball, I had pasta with pasta sauce, and the pasta sauce had a very pasta-like tomato sauce, and it was saucy. And I had salad, so my pasta with pasta sauce and salad, cooked on a stove with an oven combination, and then we had salad and.
I hear a smoke detector chirping.
It's not mine.
Man, it's mine.
So Andy Lipsco says something, and I've actually told several parents this that I've spoken with recently. It's a sad world when I decided to put ceramic plates in the laptop fold of all my children's backpacks.
And make sure they have some vampire blood with them.
Yeah, some holy water.
No. I mean, I mean, makeup blood to like, I've been shot, and lay there dead.
Mm.
One girl in the school had like smeared blood on her and laid there.
Jesus. In Texas.
So I think we're going to be breaking some news here.
Okay. So hold on before you.
Okay.
That just really quickly. The reason that I named this stream what I named it. How long would you wait outside the school? Now I want you guys to consider that. So
I've gotten out of my car and thrown it into park while it was still moving to chase some kids because my car was sliding on ice that threw snowballs at it. If my kid was in a school, I don't think I would be putting my goddamn car in park. I'd be driving through the fucking wall to get into that goddamn school.
Not a second longer than what was absolutely necessary for me to surpass any barrier of anything, inanimate objects or people, to get into that door. From what I was told, and there's been a few stories that this has come up. And look, I first want to say that I do believe this was a real event. I do believe that real children were injured and that their lives were taken. And I'm not coming on here to talk about crazy conspiracy theories, and we all know that terrible, terrible, evil things are happening in this world. And I'm what I want to focus on right now is that apparently there were police officers that were pursuing this suspect, and as he opened up the door and slipped into the school, the police officers stopped within 20.
It's kind of like a runner getting to first base.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah, like, oh, they're safe. Safe.
be safe.
Oh, the floor is lava.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? And again, I'm just repeating what I've gathered. I have not done extensive research on this. My intention was actually to go through and do research like together as we did it, kind of like an open source style tonight. But my hell yeah, I'd take out anyone in my way, even clowns and all. Yep. I wouldn't wait, and I don't even have kids. Yeah. So I think that's how most people are. Most good people that are armed see themselves as people that could potentially protect others. And there was a man that was getting his hair cut, and well, there's a story that has been reported of a man that was getting his hair cut, and the alert came through. There were notifications that came through that there was an active shooting going on at that school, and that school two of his children went to. So he hopped up out of his barber's chair and said what was going on, and his barber said, well, I have a shotgun. You can take it. So he grabbed a shotgun from his barber and drove down there, and the police intercepted him, would not let him go in, would not go in themselves, and sat for over an hour while this, I'll have to pull up his exact title, while this freaking douche canoe said, oh, it's a barricade.
Standoff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a barricaded suspect. While shots were going off, I would need to know, like, we all really want to know what happened, and I know Rich is going to drop something on you guys that will probably make you shit your pants, and someone's going to go out there and be able to find it, and that the wife was able to actually slip into the school and get the two kids and take them out.
That's crazy. That's nutso.
So yes, there were police officers that went in and removed their children. That has been confirmed.
But apparently the one or two classrooms this guy was in, they didn't go in.
No.
So they're removing kids from the other classrooms. I don't.
That is true. That is a grievous. That is the biggest. Just like, I can't even think of a word, like the absolute negligence of duty and your responsibility to preserve life. Your job is to preserve life.
Can we run down like the first issue for? I don't know what's true on this, but where did this guy get an AR-15?
I don't know exactly. I haven't looked into that.
I've heard some rumors. I don't know if they've been substantiated, but the first rumor, again, no, I have no proof on this. Somebody said he had two $2,500 Daniel Defense AR-15s, which I don't own a $2,500 firearm. That's not $2,500. The other thing that I have an issue with is if I'm going to, and I would never do this, but if a perp was going to a school to shoot it, how do you end up in a ditch? How does your car end up in a ditch? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm asking a question. It could be he was like, oh, I got to do one last Facebook post. Could be. Could be.
He could have been being pursued by officers. From what I understand, he was being pursued by officers leading up into the door.
All right, but I haven't heard how he ended up in a ditch. what I heard is he ended up in a ditch. There was a funeral going on. Two guys started coming over, and he started shooting at them. And from the point where the car was in the ditch, it was 12 minutes before he entered the school. So, Dark, let's just pretend you and I were teachers at a school, and
Hmm.
we hear pop, 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 and it's not the 4th of July. What are you doing?
You already know.
You're
Abandon all hope, ye who enter. I'm going in with no expectation of.
no, I'm saying like we're teachers at the school, a school administrator, something. We're working at the school, and we're like, and
Oh,
kids, this is the ABC, and you hear pop, 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 pop. What are you gonna do?
I mean, it would depend. You have two options: either immediately get the fuck out, or immediately barricade the fuck in.
I'd be like, perimeter doors locked, and God bless you. Hopefully, there's a number of people that are carrying, and
Yeah,
I would, look for the funnel of death.
yeah.
I'd be like, all right, I'm ready. This is the entryway.
Maybe not everyone knows. Explain what the funnel of death is.
So, when you talk about clearing a room when you're entering a building or some sort of complex, there's always a wedge, and you're always talking about slicing the pie. So, you want to enter a room and scan the room. But the deadly funnel is where, if I'm a shooter barricaded into a room, the deadly funnel is the entrance to the room. And I could be anywhere in the room and have a clear shot of that entry door. And the cops, the good guys that are stacking up to come in, know they're going to be receiving fire because they're at the point of the funnel of death, that they're going to take rounds. That's the funnel concept. So you can use the funnel concept against the perp while he's outside the building. You
Yeah,
get somebody, you lock the damn doors, you cover each door with somebody with a pew.
yeah, yeah.
That.
Yeah, sometimes it's referred to as the fatal funnel. Sometimes I've heard it be called the tunnel of death. And that split second when you enter a room to clear,
You're the hot target.
yeah. So
That's why the first guy in a stack goes in with a big shield.
sometimes,
And along with bulletproof vest, helmet, the whole.
yeah. So if I were outside of that school, even if my child did not go to that school, and I heard shots going off, I would 100% go into that school with zero expectations of retaining the ability to leave.
All right, and I want to point out a recent event um, in California at the church. This doctor rushed the gunman, and because one guy rushed the gunman, everybody else did, and they stopped the shooting. So a lot of times, what it takes, so the dachshund, I don't know if you've seen the dog on the show, but the dachshund was abused, and I don't know exactly its history, but if I come up on it, it'll sit down and kind of cower. What I think a lot of people, their first reaction, if you got a perp coming in and slinging lead, is to hide and cower and cover. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but what you got to do is have a plan that you all attack the mother. That it's like, fine, get your situational awareness up, and it's like 1, 2, 3, boom, pounce on the guy, because this guy isn't John Wick, and John Wick is a fantasy. So 2, 3 people coming at a shooter will stop a shooter.
Yeah,
That's
especially with a ranged weapon like that. If If
Yeah,
you get rushed, that's why I
if you're doing something like this,
careful.
that's a little tougher, but still, you've got the ability to stop somebody like that.
But you also have to try as a from the different perspective, like not I don't want this to sound wrong. You have to actually put a lot of time and energy and effort and ammo and money into training of shooting from like an entangled gunfight and from retention positions and the upper pectoral index shots and like it's not easy shit to do, so people like you get into an entangled gunfight, like you're fucked. All it needs, you need one gun to get into an entangled
Oh yeah,
gunfight.
yeah.
You know, but either way, if I were outside and heard the shots, whether my child was in there or not, I would go in and I wouldn't let anyone stop me. And I would have the same willingness to die by the police going in there that I would by the shooter going in there. And especially if my child, if my daughter was in the school and I am always carrying my handgun with 36 rounds of 9mm and other shit too, right? I would stop at absolutely nothing to get in there. Nothing would stop me. Every single second that passed by, every single second would be a millisecond. It's too much.
I saw the video of the Buffalo shooter he live streamed on Twitch. That guy took out 10 people in like what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds?
Yeah, if that. I mean, that was fast.
And I was so. Do we drop the news?
Yeah.
All right. This is the kind of news I never wanted to break, and it's terrifying to me.
No one else fucking dropped the news.
And the shooter had a body camera.
Yeah. And I believe that the real truth is on that body camera.
The real truth is on that body camera. So whether the cops were heroes or zeros or what was going on is documented, and the video is out there.
Yeah. And been told it is haunting. It is absolutely fucking disgusting and haunting. So what I'm going to ask is for you guys out there, for the guys that send me the craziest shit on websites that I won't even access because I don't have Tor and I don't frequent the dark web. Use proxy servers and shit. And the people that are very well informed of where shit is on the internet, if you could find it, although I don't have a desire to see it, I do have a desire to see the truth. I would absolutely want to know where that video is so I can watch it. And I believe that there's going to be a lot of people out there that do not want that video out there at all. And the person that we know that was made aware of the video watched and made a comment of how remarkably haunting and terrifying and disgusting it was. And they turned it off and deleted it from their computer.
Oh man! All right. So Sarah just posted. Let's see. I don't know if this is from Twitter. It's Uvalde Police Department is pleased to announce that we've completed the process and even been awarded grant funds through the Office of the Governor to outfit every Uvalde police officer with level 4 body armor. This is an important piece of legislation, provided funding to equip police officers with body armor rated to stop rifle rounds. In 2017, Bill 12 was passed into law. The $23 million rifle-resistant body armor grants were awarded to 453 jurisdictions around the states. Thanks goes to those who supported Bill 12 and anyone who supports those who work to keep us safe.
Damn. Yeah, and Sarah, I'm sorry. I saw that you were sending some stuff. Tonight I'm actually on my phone, so I couldn't stop to
Yeah, and Sarah's a good friend. She's from Hold My Guns.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me that every cop now, and I don't mean to, first off, if Sarah says something, I believe her. But what it didn't say is every officer has been issued the armor. I'm assuming if it was a 2017 bill, they probably were. And I'm not trying to give anyone an out or give weasel words to anybody.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's 2022. Most law enforcement agencies have rifle plates. You know, even if it's just steel. You know, most of them have rifle plates.
Right. So Sarah sent me another news clipping. I think it's the UK, I don't know, Mail Online. I'm trying to, it's trimmed so I can't see the whole thing. So it says female online gamer reported fellow player now suspected to be Salvador, I'm not going to say the name, who threatened to shoot up a school with an AR-15 to the FBI hours before the Uvalde Elementary School massacre.
Damn. I mean, this is constant where, you know, these people are, you know, reported for, like we talked about Parkland, you know, the guy was literally killing animals in his backyard and like torturing and killing animals in his backyard, was known to have a pistol. And, you know, and look, if the police came there the 5 times that they did in Parkland and said, you know what, for reasons of his natural rights, he should remain free until he is, you know, charged with something and convicted, you know, but if it was for the purpose of freedom, okay, fuck it, I get it, right? But at some point it becomes negligence when somebody is openly threatening to commit a shooting, right? When they are illegally like torturing and killing animals in their backyard, shooting them with a pistol that God, it just blows my fucking mind that this shit happens, man. And then, you know, this dude posts a fucking 186-page manifesto of the shooting that he's going to commit, was apparently visited by the FBI, and they didn't apprehend him. Now, I get it. I'm not saying that everyone that, you know, seems dangerous should be apprehended. I'm completely against that. I'm saying that if somebody makes a specific threat and has the means and capability of doing, you know, what they're threatening, that, like, if I threatened a specific thing, I would expect to be fucking arrested or at least questioned. I don't know. So Dave Scantlin is saying that that the link is out there on the chans, and so Crump, I know you have the link. You're welcome to jump on if you'd like to. I'm wondering more so from the police perspective. Yeah, Crump has seen it. That's where we got the information from.
Yeah, I didn't get to ask John questions, but I guess the question is more from a how much could the cops do to help? Like, did the guy mag dump and, you know, was it 30 seconds, 60 seconds of carnage, or was there time enough for the cops to get in there and prevent it?
Yeah. Or I mean, if he did, run up to the door and they stopped pursuing him at that point, I don't know. And that's not like confirmed. That's just something that I heard. I don't know. Yeah, and that is something.
John said the video is scarring. So,
And that is something that you absolutely cannot unwatch. Like that is the epitome of evil in this world. That is, and at the same time, what's the only thing that's needed for evil to prevail?
good men to do nothing.
And what does it sound like police did?
Nothing. There's a meme, actually, Johnny B had it on Friday, and it was the American flag, the black, but with blue. And it says, "These colors don't run." And it says, "Into a building where kids are getting massacred." It's
Damn.
oh.
Yeah, no, I did. I did hear that he is of the trans. Um, that he had gender dysphoria.
The shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I I've got a whole bunch of things to say about stuff, and I'm gonna leave most of it. Oh my gosh. Sarah sent me another link. It says Fox News US Uvalde, Texas police hosted active shooter training march in March. Oh my God.
No, Bacon, you're absolutely right. He says, I don't believe in that saying because if they do nothing, they're not good men. What this saying is referring to is people that have the ability, capability, skill, whatever you want to call it, people that have the ability to intervene with evil and don't, right? That doesn't necessarily mean good. It means, I'd say, not evil. But shit, I mean, sitting out there waiting while kids get massacred. I don't know. I mean, guys, I'm sitting here wondering, like, damn, was somebody paid off to allow the shooting to go on this long? And look, again, I don't mean to go down this whole.
We don't know anything. Let's just put it that way. But first off, do you know how much it would cost to pay me off? Nothing. I'm not getting paid off. Not happening.
Yeah.
The price tag is zero.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I thought of was like, holy shit, like, was somebody paid off to not take action? We've been hearing for months now, like, we're going to see a huge, jump in, active shooter scenarios that, that this is like what's to be expected leading into the time that we're in.
So the thing that drives me crazy is the gun grabbers grab guns, and they're looking at bipartisan legislation for red flag laws, for universal background checks, etc., which effectively is a registry. I'll give it to Johnny B again. Or so Dan Bongino had two really good shows. I don't know if it was Thursday and Friday or Wednesday and Thursday shows, his podcast, talking about Dan was a NYPD and then he joined the Secret Service. And he talked about how things happen, what you do. And, very professionally and clearly outlined what steps, what has to go on. It's just terrifying to me that these things can happen. And I don't know where you guys are religiously, what you believe, what you don't believe, but I'll tell you, as sure as there is good in this world, there is evil, and it's demonic, and it exists.
Yep. I do want to address one other thing. Something Sport Brand said. He was saying, I do think, getting in a shootout with police officers to get into a building to save your child by getting into a shootout with an active shooter, like, sounds kind of counterproductive. And, I totally agree. I just, I wouldn't run up to the cops and be like, "Hey, I'm strapped. Like, let me in to save the day." I would just be a dad that wants to go in there. They wouldn't know that I'm armed. I wouldn't stop to talk to them. Um, I wouldn't. I would find a way around them or through them, and deal with the repercussions of what I did or didn't do later. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine. And, like, God bless these people that were sitting there fighting, getting tased and pepper sprayed and shit like that. Like, there's such a big difference between a citizen and a civilian, and a lot of times people don't stop to, like, take this consideration of like, those two words, right? A civilian is typically referring to somebody that is a little more helpless, right? A little more, let's say it's somebody that's not armed, that is not equipped to take care of, you know, to handle their own self preservation. And still, in that moment, whether they're right or left or this or that, or brown or yellow or white or whatever, that we're, like, at that point, we're all brothers and sisters. Like, if a civilian is somebody who may not have the means, ability, capability, skills, and fortitude to protect themselves, or, to preserve their own life. A citizen is somebody that takes on that role of protecting themselves, their family, and others if needed. That's the way I look at it, at least. It may be a skewed view, but that's the way I look at it. Too Many Choices says, some things you can't unsee. I just want the time and don't want to see that shit. Evil bastard. I blame the family first. Community second, police third. Yeah. I agree. Was it the wait time based on active shooter policy with the ballistic shield because Border Patrol agents went in and killed him? I don't know. I think they were waiting for a tactical team with different equipment, like a shield and some other things, but they said they were following. Their official statement was that they were following the tactics for a barricaded suspect, not
Okay.
a shooter suspect.
Sarah sent me another screenshot. The police chief of Uvalde donated money to Act Blue in December 2017 that was earmarked for Beta O'Rourke.
Really?
So he's a lefty sympathizer.
And you said, who was this?
The police chief in Uvalde.
Okay, hold on.
My first introduction to the YouTube gun community, probably like many of you out there, was through Dutton Fancy. And he talks about the concept of the sheepdog. And, I like really drank in the whole sheepdog thing. And my wife kind of tamed down the sheepdog. She's like, you know what? Your firearms protect this family.
Oh my God. Okay. Yesterday, a kid at Northfield High School in Denver, Colorado, ran around with a ski mask on,
Oh, Jesus.
a gel blaster, and he ran around screaming and shooting people with gel blasters. And
What's a gel blaster?
it's like an airsoft gun with lighter projectiles that splat
Okay.
when they hit you. So
So
it's
like a
it's nothing.
low-end paintball gun.
Yeah, it's like the lowest velocity infantile paintball gun. And what the fuck would possess you to do some shit like that, dude? Like that's so. The post says, I want to hear from the parents of this kid. DM me, drop their names in the comments. I think they owe an explanation. Yesterday, he thought it would be funny to run around the Northfield High School in Denver, Colorado, shooting at people with a gel paintball gun. It's not truly a paintball gun, but you know, it's like an underpowered airsoft that splats when the gel things hit you. He's lucky.
Somebody said an Orby gun.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's lucky he didn't get severely beaten or shot. How undisciplined and out of touch does this kid have to be? How closely is he monitored by his parents? What have his parents done in response of this idiocy? Scores of law enforcement officers deployed to the school from multiple jurisdictions. The teachers and kids were put in the fear for their lives and locked for an extended period.
All right. First off, this is one dumb kid. The principal picks him up by his ankle and spanks him. You know, I don't really. You're calling multiple jurisdictions of law enforcement?
Well, they probably if you see the picture that I just saw, it's a dude rocking a ski mask and looks like he has an SMG, and kids are like running, tearing through doors.
All right, I could see if you were in the classroom looking out and you see that, yeah, you'd pick up a phone.
It would look like if you were watching that surveillance footage.
Yes, okay.
It's going down, you know. Okay, so here's the official statement. A decision was made that this was a barricaded subject situation, McCraw said of the incident commander's thought process at the time. Rather than immediately breach the classroom and engage with the gunman, McCraw said that the commander, who he later identified as the school's district chief of police, decided that there was time to retrieve the keys and wait for a tactical team with the equipment to go ahead and breach the door and take on the subject.
Hold on. Dark.
How did the shooter get in?
You and I want to breach a locked door. Let's just say it's a solid core door. What are you doing? How are you breaching that door?
There's a number of ways to easily breach a door like that.
Shotgun with a slug?
Sure. You could use a rock salt round for some doors. You can also use a piece of string. You could use a magnet. You could use a card. You could use an explosive charge. You could use your sidearm. There's so many things you could do. I could shatter the glass because most have that,
thin pane.
Plexiglass. Yeah. There's so many things you can do. Not that you want to just discharge rounds like willy-nilly into a door, right? I'm just saying. Punch the hinges. Usually the hinges are inside of.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah.
But the first thing I thought of, it's like breach key what? And I'm like, fuck that. Shotgun and a slug, get it on.
So it says, where I'm sitting now, of course, it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there, he added. It sounds like the school district's chief of police, which may be the same guy that you said contributed to
Beta.
Yeah, Beto O'Rourke.
Beta.
It sounds like he wasn't even on site. And he was making the call to treat this as a barricaded subject situation while not being on site.
So I asked John, or I asked a question. I didn't see the video, but did the perp mag dump, or did it take several minutes?
Yeah,
And was there time for the cops to get in there and save some lives?
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the shots were audible, and that whether they happened over 60 minutes or 60 seconds, how could you not take action? I mean,
I guess I'm rating how mad should I be. That's
yeah, yeah. I hmm. Yeah.
I want to shout out Mrs. Ron Wayne in the audience. How you doing?
As of yesterday, both of my children have level, I would guess, 4 ceramic plates and a laptop full of their book bags. Yeah. So I was talking to a couple parents, and they were asking like, what were they supposed to do, and I had said honestly, the best, most passive and peaceful way to protect your children is to put armor in their backpack, and not just slip it in a level 3A soft armor that's going to stop a handgun. Yes, it's better than nothing, but sometimes that could actually make a rifle cartridge more lethal. Um, so your best bet is to put rifle threat protection in their backpacks. And it's terrible to even have to like think about this, but like, what are the other options? Like, the only other thing I could do is teach my daughter how to illegally conceal a handgun at school every day. And I'm not saying that I would do that for everyone out there. I'm just saying that's the only other option. So it sounds like the most passive and peaceful option would be to have either a level 3 or a level 4.
But what if they put up signs that say it's a no body armor zone? It's a
That
body armor free zone.
doesn't exist. I mean,
Could they?
maybe.
I'm just asking. Was there the door the shooter went in? Was it clearly marked gun free zone?
I'm sure it was like marked gun-free zone all over.
And maybe in English and in Spanish, bilingual would have been helpful. High contrast.
Yeah, we all know that gun-free zones are intended to kill civilians. That may not be the original intention, right? Give the kids a harlot. Someone's going to hit something. Either the gun's going to explode and take out a couple people, or, yeah. I don't know. Man, it's hard to have this conversation, man.
In the last 50 years, all but 5 mass shootings occurred in gun-free zones.
I totally believe.
I don't know if there's a correlation here.
Oh man, I have carried at every single professional place of employment I have ever had. Some of them all being places where I was not allowed to carry a firearm. Some of them I actually had. For anyone out there that wants to find a way to successfully carry a PDW, Draco, an AR pistol, or something along those lines, there is a backpack that is perfect for it. And I'll show you now. I'll step back a little bit. Can you see me okay?
Yep.
So this is a triangular bag. It's a 511 bag, but it's super low key. It's not camo. It doesn't have Molly all over it or anything like that. It's a messenger bag with one strap, okay?
Great, man.
And you can fit you can fit a plate in here if you want to, and you can fit. I have 5.56 10-inch SIG SBR that fits in here. My Draco fits in here. You can fit a few handguns here, whatever you want to set it up as. My Scorpion, Keltec Sub 2000. It fits a lot of shit. Okay. And the way that this is set up is I would keep my Draco in here. There's several years that I carried a Draco in here. And the way that it's designed is for you to be able to rock it on your back like this. And it just looks like a backpack, right? And the shit pops off. You pull it up, you rip it open, and then you take out your gun, just like that. And then the plate still stays in front of you, and you have a rifle, PDW, or whatever. Or if you're like, oh shit, I need to conceal it very quickly, you don't have to put it back in the Velcro straps that you rip it out of. You can literally just dump it in, close it, and then, zip it up, and boom, you got your rifle back in there, sling it back, whatever. Or if you just need to run the fuck away, draw your sidearm and then run away, you got armor on your back. This is hands down the best way to carry a PDW in public without looking like you're carrying a PDW. I'm not saying send your kids to school with these. I'm saying if you, as a protector, wanted to carry something like this, this is a good idea because it gives you keep your sidearm on your body, right? And then you keep a PDW style whatever in here, rip the tabs off, pull it out, boom, go to town. You could even harness a sling inside here to where if you got in the tussle or whatever and you dropped it, it still stays retained to you. And it doesn't need to be retained around your body. And obviously you still have your sidearm on your person. You could even put backup magazines for your sidearm in here and backup magazines for the PDW in here. And this has been the best, most effective way that I have found to carry PDW. What a lot of law enforcement officers would do is they would carry like an AR with like a law folding stock on it. And then when they open it and rip it open, they have handcuffs and a badge and a police thing right there or right here, right? Because this is all hook and loop. It's all Velcro. And, that way when you open this, you could put a badge in there that says freaking civilian if you wanted to, just to keep your ass from getting shot. But that's the other thing. It's like if you're going to engage an active shooter, you are on scene during an active shooting and you are holding a long gun or a handgun or whatever, your best bet is to call law enforcement, right? Like I have my my earbuds, right? If I have these little guys in my ear, I can.
Dark, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, it's when I opened them, it took the feed for a second. What I was saying is that with my earbuds that I accidentally just turned on, I can literally have with one in my ear, I could with just my voice call law enforcement, and with my gun already shouldered, I could be telling them, hey, I am at this place. This is my description. This is what I'm wearing. This is the gun that I have. Please don't shoot me. I am going to go after an active shooter, whatever. Describe the active shooter if you can, and describe what you're wearing if you can. I'm just saying, like, think of a way to not fucking die, right? I just talked to another guy the other day, Marconi. Never mind. I talked to a person in our community, and he was like, "Man, like, have you ever thought, like, if you drew your gun to save people, and yourself and others, whatever. And then all of a sudden, a guy that's carrying, that doesn't know what's going on, that happens to be carrying a Glock behind you or something, is like, "Oh shit, it's a bad guy!" Pop and drop.
I think it's pretty obvious. I think, with a second and a half of situational awareness, you know who the good guy is and who the bad guy is. This is an argument liberals use when they said, when Texas went for open carry and now constitutional carry, each time they said, the streets in Texas will run red with blood. If somebody's shooting, everybody has a gun. Nobody's not even know who, and they're all going to be, it's going to be a massacre. It has never happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand the place of fear that that person was coming from. For me personally, it's worth any risk.
Mm-hmm.
I think John is saying to IG him the link. I'm on my phone. I can't do that. Would you do that?
For sure.
Is that what you're asking for, John? To send you the link to join via Instagram, or were you talking to somebody else?
Crumpy, active now.
The idiot dispatcher would say that you're the perp, probably. I bet that person feels like a real piece of shit, as they should. Judge. The smoke breaks the door. I've been looking at an SBR bullpup to add to the toolbox, like that Desert Tech MDRX Micron, absolutely tiny 5.56 package, still having an 11.5-inch barrel. Yeah, you can also look at piston-driven SBRs with side folders. Those things are tiny. I got a little 10.5-inch SIG 5.56 with a side folding stock, and that shit folds up small. And yes, it's an SBR, but whatever. I still rock that shit with a can in that little 511 bag.
What? All right, maybe is this conversion kit? So it says Micron conversion kit starting at 670. I was gonna say, I've shot some of the Desert Tech stuff at an Iraq veteran event. Oh wow! So they're showing it compared to a P90, an SBR P90. All right, so it's an 11.5-inch barrel length and like 24-inch overall package length. Damn.
John,
Hi,
Crappy.
how are you?
what's up? No, I just wanted to explain about the whole video thing. Uh, Basically, the next morning, it came in overnight. So whoever got the video, I don't know who it was, but it was sent to me like overnight, and I looked at it, and it was like unmarked, right? It was to bftips@protonmail.com, and so I clicked on it to see what it was. It was like 4 minutes 58 seconds. That's how long the video was. Maybe it went longer. I couldn't get through it. And yeah, so like right after I saw that, I was like, delete, 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 delete. I mean, it was so disturbing that I caught a ridge of like I saw the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life. I wish I would have unseen it, and I wish whoever sent it to me. I don't know who sent it to me. It was I'm pretty sure someone with the investigation or whatever. But I was like, I wish they would have marked it or let me know. I had no idea what it was.
So, Sean, was it a mag dump? Did it?
No.
Oh God, no.
It was over a longer period of time.
It was over a longer period of time. I couldn't make it through.
So you're telling me if the cops like got in within 60 seconds, significant lives would have been saved?
I would say so, yeah.
Oh,
That's harder to hear than anything.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just something that I won't be sharing. And I talked to Rich about this. It was just so horrific. that even if you think you want to see it, you don't want to see it. It's just
Dude,
I've been like an emotional wreck because of it for the last few days.
every time I've had to see something like that, like it stuck with me. And all the famous videos that everyone talks about, from like the best score, to like the Buffalo situation. I mean, that shit lives in here forever, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some horrific things, as Rich can tell you some of the stuff I've seen, but this is by far the worst. And if anybody wants to find it, I'm sure I'm not the only one that it was sent to. In fact, I know one other person that it was sent to, so there are at least two people that have it, probably even more. And basically, they said the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but at least they knew what it was, and they were going to give it to the editor to edit it, to like blur or whatever
Yes.
for their story, and then they were,
Yes. There.
then they were like, after they watched it, they're like, I don't want it. They're like, I don't want to give this to my editor because in order for him to edit and blur and whatever, he would have to watch the raw footage, and he's like, I'm not putting him through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was, it's just something that, it's so horrific that you wouldn't think that, you know, I'm always one before I saw this that's like, there's, there's no pure evil, there's no pure good. There's always something in the middle. But after watching the little of the video that I did see, I couldn't get through more than a little bit of it. Um, After that, I realized that there is pure evil in this world.
Yeah. I believe it. Yeah, it was body cam style, from what I've been told.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was a GoPro or it was some type of sport action cam.
So it wasn't like he had like a phone rig in his.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like ultra wide angle, but with GoPros and stuff, you can do it, so it's like more
Yeah.
focused. So it wasn't like that ultra wide angle. It was, I don't know.
Well, that's super effed up. There was what's his name? Was saying that he was aware of the video's existence and that it was on the chans. Dave Scanton was saying that it's on the scan or on the chans.
What's that?
I was saying that another guy in our chat from 28EDU's chat, um, Dave Scanton, said that he was aware of the video and that it was on 4chan or on the chans.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
He said he's trying to find the link.
I
Kimmel
just, I telling you, if you guys find it, you watch it. I mean, that's on you, man. That's not gonna be on me.
yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, I don't care how tough you think you are. You don't want to see that.
My question was the question I was most concerned about was answered, which is like, did he just have 30 seconds in there and then he was done, or did the cops just sit out there while dong, dong, just like one at a time, one round going off. All right, guys, so what are we going to do? What does the east entrance look like? Let me go send a guy over there to tug on the doors and see. 5 minutes later, no, they're all locked. Okay, they're all locked. Like, but like how I don't understand without a purpose, a cause, a reason, a specific, very, very urgent need to not send guys in there. You know what? Here, I'll read this. Okay. Um, so I won't read this outlook on it, but actually, fuck it. I'll read this.
Well, before you do that, let me just say something. People are wondering why I haven't made like a video on what happened or anything else like that. And the answer is because of what I saw. I don't think I can. I mean, that's how deeply, like, I even talking about it now, and the reason why I came on, the only reason why I came on because I was up in bed is because I'm sure it's out there and I'm sure people are going to go look it up. But it would, it's my responsibility for someone to see what I saw to say, you don't want to see it. And to think really hard before you actually attempt to watch it.
Yeah. Thank you, Crump. We love you, brother. So one of the guys says, I'm not going to read the whole, Rob Pincus posted his take on it. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll read his take on it. So he says, yesterday, I spent a lot of time trying to get people to understand that just because there was a delay, it wasn't automatically wrong. There are times when not going in is the right thing to do. There is also no way to automatically say if they didn't go in, they were cowards. I felt pretty strongly without more information, we couldn't jump to any real conclusion, and that if we waited, we'd get the info. Now we have it. It wasn't scared cops hiding outside like we saw in Parkland. It wasn't a lack of awareness of proper tactics like we had in Columbine. This appears to be a bad call by the on-scene, it sounded like to me he was off-scene, commander, who for whatever reason thought that he should employ barricaded subject tactics instead of active shooter tactics. At least that's the official report. You're right, that's what they're saying. I find it hard to understand, however, how any of the cops on scene could have interpreted the situation that way if, in fact, there were still shots being fired inside the school at the time that call was made. It also appears that before the call was made, one or more officers chose not to follow the threat that they were engaged with into the building. That's what I was mentioning earlier. That is a horrible violation of tactics and duty, and I do not understand, like we said at the Pulse nightclub, it seems that if they had, one of the three things would have been different. One, they could have stopped the shooter from barricading. Two, they could have stopped the shooter. Three, they could have been physically incapacitated. In the case of one or three, it is likely that the commander, knowing officers were in the building, would have been less likely to make the mistaken call. Again, I think we're going to learn more over time that will give us more and or better answers. And as always, we will learn from the incident and be better prepared in the future. There's a lot of people that agree, a lot of people that disagree, a lot of people, this and that, blah, blah, blah. One of these guys, what he said really stuck with me. He said, priority of life. All of us that carried or still carry a gun for a living should understand this when signing on the dotted line and taking an oath. When it's an active shooter or hostage situation, the public, in this case, elementary school kids or hostages, all have priority of life. End of story. Full stop. And no amount of that agency's backpedaling and bumbling excuses will change the fact that an on-scene LE displayed stunning incompetence and cowardice. I can't even imagine the number of times I went through the door with my brothers facing hardcore jihadis with automatic weapons and explosives. Not once did we ever have a shield. Not once did we ever wait for keys. Seriously, what the fuck? If they really wanted to get in there and stop it, they could have, but they didn't. And now, over 20 people, mostly kids, are dead. The chief should resign in disgrace. The on-scene commander should be fired without benefits, along with every cop who stood there arresting and tasing parents who were ready to rush in unarmed. There are few who support cops more than me, but these people are unworthy of the title. I was kind of touched by that. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, they were waiting for keys to get through the door that the guy...
No, that's why I immediately said, dude, I am not waiting a key. You radio like, hey, bring up a shotgun with a slug. We're breaching a door. You have breaching rounds to do that.
Yeah. So too many choices. Rob Pincus wrote the first part that I read, and then a gentleman with the Instagram handle Klasky Tech, CLASKYTAC, wrote the response that I mentioned. I'm curious how Rich can be on screen with all the fake subs he has. Anyone with any self-respect would be ashamed to be on with someone who honestly earned their subs like DLD has. Sorry, not sorry.
Whoa.
That's, if you're looking for that guy who commented, Rich bought a bunch of subscribers, I think you found him. Popcorn and Reese's Pieces.
Wow.
It's rare that I meet somebody with as much integrity and honesty as someone like Rich, somebody like Crump, and somebody like the people in my community. And I could tell you with a high level of certainty that Rich wouldn't buy subs because he's too fucking cheap.
That too, yeah.
But from an integrity standpoint, I don't believe...
Dark, the day that all of a sudden I got like almost 1,000 subs overnight, I called you.
You called me, yeah. You were like, dude...
You can tell them what the call was. I
mean, you were like going through your analytics and you were like, I put this video out, I put this video out. I don't know what it was. I think there is an explanation. It's kind of backtrailing from other shit that we did prior that kind of did blow up, like the rare breed stuff, the reporting on the ATF. You changed a couple things, switched over to the gun news, and I think there is an explanation. I think it was a wild bump, but I also gained like 1,200 subs in a month. That same within 2 weeks at the same time.
Wait, you left out one part. Dark's like, I gotta tell you, dude.
Oh yeah. I was like, look, I'm sorry, man, but the subs aren't real. I was like, John Crump and I made a bot that constantly makes new profiles and subscribes to you over and over and over. He was like, are you fucking serious? I knew it had to be something like that.
Yeah,
I totally...
He believed us. Us. Sorry, I'm back.
I totally was like...
Take a minute.
Because why do you think I didn't do a victory lap of hitting 5,000 subs? Like, I was at like just below Dark. I was where you were.
You bought him.
I was just like you. I couldn't break 3,000 subs.
Fake.
And then all of a sudden, I had two. It was when I did the gold-plated G17. I had a video that like hit 8,000 views, And then all of a sudden I had 1,000 subs overnight. I'm like, what?
Hey, that's not what Social Blade will tell you. Nice
Well,
story, but that's simply not true. Social Blade is the most inaccurate site you could look. And look, Popcorn and Reese's Pieces, I'm just busting your chops. It seems
well,
you don't like me, or it seems like you like me and don't like Rich, and I'm cool with that.
You
But
would be.
well, I jumped by 8,000 subs in 1 month one time. Remember?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Luckily, those guys stuck around. I was like, dude, they're all gonna like just
Well, that's the other thing. You have a big taper off. Like if you get a big bump like that, all of a sudden you lose like 30, 40 subs. You're like, oh
luckily that didn't happen. So, yay.
I'll be having Sabar on next week.
That was when I broke the rare breed story that I had that huge jump.
Yeah, that was around the same time I had a huge jump too. It's like over 1,000 subs. Anyone paying attention will notice his abysmal views for the video he puts out. In fact, simply don't care about feelings. All right, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I mean, look, NBC made Ralph lose all his fake subs. Damn. Hey, don't talk about my boy Ralph, man. No, look, we're here talking about some more important shit. I'm surprised we've retained 76 people talking about Rich's subscribers. But here's the deal. Oh, Popcorn, man, please don't go there. It's just.
He does he realize I still work for GOA?
wow.
I don't think he understands
Wow.
that you do still work for the GOA. I would venture to guess that this person is somebody that is in the community that knows us, that is under a different username. Not wanting to be, but yeah, Ralph is cool. Ralph is good people's, man.
So
You look, I never tell my community what to do or what not to do, but you guys can feel free to, express your feelings on your love for the community or Rich or Popcorn works for the internet.
Yeah. You can email me at john.crump@gunowners.org if you want to. I will respond to you.
No, so don't boot him. I don't want to be the one to silence his speech, and it's not just because he's mad at everyone but me. I'm just saying.
And in all honesty, I find it amusing. I'll just restate what I said to, I think it was the next morning I was talking to you, Dark. I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
I was, I looked at the jump in the views or jump in the subs, and I'm like, that's messed up.
If you had a jump in subs with like 0 jumps in views and likes and and all that shit, it'd be different. But whatevs. Sorry, what were we saying, Chrome?
It's like just don't pay the troll any attention.
Yeah.
Don't feed the trolls.
Well, some people like get sexual gratification out of trolling people.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here.
So
I mean, I'm just saying.
I think it's reasonable to address the situation. Because you know what? Dark. If I led Dark on what was it you said to me. So it's like this. I just want to get it out there candidly. What I had thought was going on. I thought it was kind of fishy, and I actually didn't do any kind of a victory lap because I'm like, what the hell? That was weird.
And Dark looks like a noob escapee from the Matrix all the time. So, easy target for shaming. Like, are you talking about, like, did I just get, like, the thing pulled out of the back of my head?
Look at Chuck Norris. Picking on Rich is cool. I want in.
I heard
heard I drive a Prius. I tease Walter Keller that he drives a Prius. He drives the Fiat. The what is the high-end Fiat? The Aperta or whatever? Is that it?
Plus, he likes to build SIGs. Who says that after one SIG? I have more.
Oh, is Farmer James cutting on you?
Yeah, he said, "Yep."
I have the SIG parts. I just have since December.
Dark's hair is definitely different. I don't care what he says. No, so I went through this weird thing after COVID where I was losing hair like crazy. Like I don't know what it was, but like I could go like this, like put my hand through my hair, and it would just like be falling out.
Crazy! Oh my
It
god!
Was nuts. Well, I found out that that's
good night, Sarah.
Night night, Sarah. I found out that's actually like a real thing. Like post COVID, mostly COVID with like extreme fevers, and I had a fever of like 104 ish for 7 to 10 days. So it like cooked my freaking brain, and yeah, so it could have been one of a couple things. Also, not eating, not getting proper, all that shit, and so I stopped cutting my hair, and I had this crazy patchy shit going on. Finally got my hair cut, and you know it's starting to grow back, so it does look different, yes, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I do not shave my forehead. No. Who the fuck do people shave their forehead?
Give you a higher forehead. I don't know.
I mean, am I supposed to? My hair's kind of messed up now, so I don't have like, it doesn't look like a clean hairline. All right,
Yeah.
Where the fuck how do we go from?
Oh, I figured out who popcorn is.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it who I think it is?
It's White Scalp Survival.
Are you serious? No way.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I heard you were given a.
Are you serious?
Your belongings in a cardboard box when you were fired. Sean, you don't even have an office at GOA, do you?
No, I work from home. Oh, kind of funny. Now I know it's just someone screwing with us.
Popcorn, your information is
spot on.
Spot on.
Yeah, you are. You know what? I believe what you're saying so much.
Does he have the ATF Magic 8 Ball also as a source?
Tell me my future. That's what I'm interested in. Tell me my future. Since you're Mr. Spock. Thanks, guys. Great. No, I thought he was saying that it is White Scout Survival, but it's not, because the timing doesn't work out.
Bacon is good. Oh, bacon's killing it.
Scorn and Crumpet Ranch. That's good. No, it's probably this white light right here. If I hit the yellow light, maybe you'll see some peach fuzz on there. You know what I'm saying? All the imperfections, you know. Dude, look, I don't care. This is one of the biggest issues with, you know, having a channel, is that like everything becomes about you and not about what you're talking about.
And look, we talked earlier today. Dark's channel performance is much better than my channel, and you can say for whatever reason, but Dark and I we talk about our analytics probably more than once a week. And we went over our dashboards, I don't know, a day or two ago. And we were talking about it earlier in the show, that you have twice as many watch minutes as me. I had twice as many views as you, but I had a couple of 14-second shorts that did real well.
This guy comes in as soon as Gerchop leaves.
So you didn't like the Gerchop pork chop? What's the difference? Comments I've been making.
I guess not. And then Crump's couch is eating him.
Is that the new couch Crump got delivered?
You look like what's his name from Home Improvement.
The guy that looks over the fence,
Yeah.
the neighbor.
Not even a beard to balance it. So here's the thing. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of times shit becomes about you instead of the message that you want to send, or instead of the content. It becomes about the individual, right? It's like people latch on to Crump, or people latch on to Rich, or people latch on to Dark, instead of like the ultimate message of what you want across. Like the whole like reason that I wanted a fucking channel was to encourage people to become independent, whether that's being independent in building guns, or fucking growing food, or just preparing in any way that they can for survival. Because I believe that in our lifetime we will be in a situation where we are fucking desperate and need to use our skills and ability and tools and like whatever we have. Like, that's it. Like whatever you have right now, if the world fucking turned off right now, you have everything that you have right now to survive, and that's it. And that's some scary shit if you think about it. And the world that we're in now is a world full of fucking hate that has completely bifurcated our country for this half to hate this half. And then, by the way, each half has different subsections that hate each other for fucking various reasons. And all I want to do is have a message. It could be not even me, not even my face in it. It could be just fucking text that pops up that tells people, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe there is some fucking weird like egotistical or pride thing about me having my channel and me doing the interviews and me or whatever. But I don't like, the intention was not for it to be about me. So don't worry about the person on the channel. Worry about the message and what you're like, what information you're taking in. And if you've ever gotten any benefit from being a part of the community, any benefit from any stream or any guest, any viewer, any whatever the fuck, any benefit or any value at all, then I would encourage all of you guys to stick around. And if not, then
Yeah, and look, start your own damn channel.
Yeah, put your face out there and say that you're willing to get.
And I'm not saying that in a negative or facetious way. If this isn't easy, other people I marvel at people like PSR that start a channel in 18 months, have what, over 100,000 subs, because he's doing something that gets the eyes of the people, and good for him. And we know, I'm pretty sure I've had this conversation with both John and Dark, that I've been in many different communities, whether it was the Porsche Club or boating or aviation. And what I've said to both these guys is that I've usually had the worst or cheapest fill in the blank in any organization I've been in. And I've always looked at the people that had more and just was like, hey, what can I learn from them? Not in a jealous way, but in a congratulatory way. And Crump, I've never been like, John Crump News has 20,000 subs or 25,000 subs.
27.
Like, 27.
Yeah, well, I'm just joking. I'm just.
And I'm always like, frick yeah, congratulations to you.
Yeah, we know someone who wasn't like that, right, Rich?
Oof, dude.
Which was a surprise.
There are people I've talked to in this community that I thought were very genuine, and when some people get better fill in the blank, whether it's subs or views or whatever, all of a sudden they don't like you. So yeah, that's unfortunately, I've seen that happen. Thomas Hardy, I had the second worst Porsche ever built. I had a 924 and then the 924 Turbo.
924 Turbo wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, nothing really good. I used to also work at a Porsche repair shop, so kind of
Hold
eyeing.
on. I'm sorry, really quickly. I just gotta let you guys know. I found out the truth. I asked Popcorn, "Do you like 38 Super?" And, oh no, sorry, hold on. Yeah, love the Super. See, there you go. We know who it is.
It's light.
It's like I know a guy that got 3 million views in one video. Nice. Trump? I'm just kidding. I know. We when you get in this world of content creators, I had a conversation with a guy that was like, I fucking hate the word influencers. It's so fucking stupid. And it's just an overused term so companies can feel good about paying for shit when they, buy shit from these influencers and look at like their numbers and how many people that, whatever. I know. Do you like Anne Hathaway? Oh, this is great. In the end, we're just fucking dudes, man. I'm a dude. I got fucking Popcorn. Who is USA? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see how fast Popcorn responds to that one, Mr. Log Out and Log In. I'm just a fucking dude. I got a family. I got a job. I got other shit going on. And I'm just a dude that tries to commit Dan Kimball.
Light passed away. Wow.
Wow. That's fucked. I'm
What
just
happened to Light anyway?
to commit to, like
he never came back after you got him mad that time.
Dude, that was not me. That was you guys doing that.
I had nothing to do with that.
Wait, no, you didn't have anything to do with that. Dark definitely had something to do with that.
No, I mean, I told him that I just wanted to do it solo. I don't know. I mean, there's going to be people that are like, yeah, I don't like when Dark does it solo. It's all good. But look, I got no hate or no negative feeling.
John Kaminsky.
Just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's in our next guest and ask him his thoughts. I think. Oh, never mind. But I mean, in the end, like, we're all just people. We're all just dudes that fucking come on. We speak our thoughts, and like sometimes we like to say that like we're I don't know what's the word.
British cigarettes?
No. We like fuck. I can't think of the goddamn word. Where we like are taking a stand, and we're putting our face out there, and we're like self-righteous. Like we're self-righteous because we're putting ourselves out there, and we're building a channel, and we're not get like, dude. It's just. It's not even like that. We're a fucking we're people. We're a person. I don't know. I'm not making sense right now.
Never go full dark.
Never graciously indignant. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What was the movie called again? With Robert Downey Jr.?
Tropical Thunder.
Tropical Thunder? Oh gosh, that's a funny ass movie.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Surely you can't be serious. Surely you jest. No, I don't. Stop calling me Shirley.
Call me Shirley.
Tropic Thunder.
Says
That's
he's
what.
posting the video doesn't exist. I encourage you guys to go out, do your own research, try to find whatever. There's been many times that Crump has been the only single person that I know or know of that has access to certain information, and it's because of his connections to people that give him info. And who knows? Maybe it's something that somebody leaked and that we're not going to see, or we're not going to see for a very long time. But if Crump
No,
says,
I know it was sent to at least one other person.
okay, well,
So I'm not the only one that has it. So I'm sure if it's out there, it's going to be.
here's what I believe. Right now, we're at a point where I have to poop, and I'm going to go to bed because I've realized through all this, I need sleep. And when you guys see me fucking falling asleep on stream and shit, it's because I
I
don't
love that.
streams during times like this when I'm awake and I'm like, oh, I can talk. With that being said, 9mm is the best caliber. You are right. Thank you for your viewer submission. I appreciate it.
Unless you have a 10mm.
He actually said 40 is the best caliber. I was just being an ass. Yeah, sleep is for the weak until you sleep for 3 hours a night for like 2.5 years.
So
Are slowly falling apart.
did any of you watch Star Trek Next Generation when Q became human and he didn't understand what sleep was? He's like, I felt my life leaving me.
What?
Any of you watch the Next Generation Star Trek?
Q was this all powerful being, and he
Omnipotent.
never slept. And then he became human because the Q collective kicked him out.
Kicked him out.
And the first time he fell asleep, he didn't really understand what the hell was going on.
He said he felt his life draining away from him.
Here, I posted it. It's on eBay for $158. Okay. If you search Lone Wolf Glock 20, you will find the Lone Wolf slide on eBay
I put an offering on it.
for $158. Did you really?
I put an offering for 150.
150?
Yeah.
I put an offer in for 151.
I'm gonna go put an offer. I'm
We probably did.
158. You can buy it right now for 158.
That's how cheap Rich is. That's how we know he's not buying drugs.
Yeah, right. There you go. He's like, hey, fuck that. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Crump, let everyone know who you are, what you're doing, where they can find you.
Just go. You can find me at standwithjsd.com.
Oh yeah, and also I heard something about BBC.
Oh yeah, Josh Shapiro likes BBC.com.
That's the British
Broadcasting Network, or British Broadcasting Company.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm the highest bidder now.
No, Bob went for 153.
Did you bid on it? You can buy it for 158. You don't have to.
Really?
Bid. Yeah.
So where's the bid buy now?
It says buy now for 158. Somebody else is going to beat you due to technology.
It says one bid ends 2 days. Where's the buy now?
Video link is dead. All I got are snapshots now on 4chan. Damn. FN45 all the way. Yeah, I mean, FN45 is an excellent sidearm. I don't know. I wouldn't personally roll with a double single 45. I don't think it's a bad gun, but I'm just a Glock guy. I appreciate the FN45. I appreciate SIGs. I appreciate, I even built a SIG. But yeah, making an offer is not a bid. It's for 158. You can click buy now for 158.
I don't see buy now as
You
an
may not,
option.
if you made an offer, you probably won't see buy now, because if they are not approving of your offer, then you have to wait until your bid or your offer expires to purchase it.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I can go buy it for 158 now.
You could go buy it for 158 right under Rich right now. But in all fairness, I did tell you like 4 days ago.
Yeah, you did. It happens. It happens.
God,
I'll just hate Crumpy.
I had a red dot that I was looking at that I was gonna get, and I fucking missed it because of you guys. I'm just kidding.
I missed my exclusive Grail Funko Pop release yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all about it.
What Funko Pop?
They were gonna do a Star Wars Grail, which was like very, very, very limited edition Funko Pop. There were several of them, of like a Baby Yoda, and there was one of a C-3PO.
Do you have more AR-15s or more Funko Pops?
Funko Pops, man. I got like several hundred of those suckers.
Yeah.
I probably got about $10,000 worth of Funko Pops.
Sorry, guys. I actually still have to poop, believe it or not. Rich, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
So flyingrich.com, youtube.com/flyingrich, on the grams, flyingrich_official, and MySpace. Or, of course, flyingrich.locals.com. And don't forget my Tinder profile. Somebody's going to do it to me, I'm sure. They're going to put up a Tinder and a Grindr profile.
And on Tinder, it's what, Flying Rich?
Flying Rich, yeah.
No, it's Fly Rich.
Fly Rich, yeah, that one too.
Right, that's right. Kimball, what do you think? Is it out there? I don't know if it's out there, but I know.
Oh, Ting Ting's got a question. Can I get a 45 ACP Glock and get a 10mm conversion kit for a P80?
Yes.
So the Grippy takes either a 10 or a Forte 5.
Yeah, you can. So the 45 frame is a 20/21 frame, meaning that you can build a 10 mil or a 45 ACP around it, but mind the ejectors. The ejectors are different, so you will have to swap the ejectors out accordingly. And then obviously run the upper end magazine to the corresponding caliber. So if you're running a 45 ACP, then you throw on, like, let's say a Glock 21 upper, which is 45, install a 45 ACP ejector, and then run a Glock 21 magazine. But no matter who you are, no matter what
you mean, ejector or extractor?
Ejector.
Ejector.
Yeah.
That's the difference? I thought it'd be the extractor.
It's a pretty drastic difference. Well, the extractor is going to be, if you're rocking a 21 slide, you're going to have a 45 ACP extractor. The ejector is what the cartridge leans on when it, cycles. And the difference between the two is pretty drastic. There's almost like wiggle in like the 45 ACP one. It's pretty significant. So, yeah. So, and I'm your boy Dark with DLD After Dark, and what I do is I like to do streams. And on my streams, I like to have people on, and I usually talk to the people and interview them. And the things that we discuss are typically freedom-based, typically around firearms, self-preservation, sometimes survival and other things like that. And that's what the channel is about. It's part of the freedom community, part of the independence community. And I love having this fucking group of incredible people that honestly, you guys are the reason that people come here, right? Not me and not the content. So I appreciate all you guys. I'm grateful for all of you. And I got some dope ass gun builds going on in the future. Cannot wait to show them off. I'm working with Marconi Armory and Arcane Tactical. I bought a Marconi Armory slide which is not inexpensive, but it is totally worth every fucking penny, and a Strike Industries spiral fluted barrel. And they're going to be doing the Arcane Tactical Cerakote job on all that shit, the Arcane Tactical Magwell, and it's sick. So just keep an eye out for that shit. I also got hit up by 1776, and they're sending me a blue glowy build. It's not all blue glowy, but it's got a blue glowy barrel and a blue glowy frame. So I'm all about that. So I'm going to build that out and then show off some of their shit too. They are still in business. So
Yeah, they're gonna be on the show on Thursday.
nice. Hell yeah. Yeah. They're good people.
Yeah, I gotta get you hooked up an email. They're a new sponsor.
Nice.
Super cool.
Yeah. So I'll end it the way I end every stream. Be kind. Rule number 1 is be kind. It is so important that you go throughout your life. Every interaction that you have, you'll feel good knowing that you took the time to be kind to others. Live a life of care, compassion, contribution. Give to others. A hand that's open to give is open to receive. So what you put out in the world is what you're going to get back. Everything is energy. So if you give good, positive energy, you'll get good, positive energy back. We also know that the only way for Jesus Christ, I totally had a mind blank. The only way for us to defeat evil, Jesus Christ. The only way for us to defeat evil is with good men that are skilled in violence. So make sure that you are becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be without being too ridiculous. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. But like really keep that thing on you. I don't just say keep that thing on you to like keep it on your lap when you're riding around your neighborhood listening to Project Pat. I mean, keep that shit on you all fucking day. Sleep with it on you. Eat with it on you. Poop with it on you. Have a shower gun in your shower. I mean, that you should never be able to be caught lacking. You should never not have access to a firearm because
What? Wait. If you poop with it on you, don't you have to unholster it?
well, yeah, I mean, I remove my fire because luckily I have the JM4 Tactical. Whoops, sorry, I got caught up on my shirt.
Oh, I thought you just PWEDC that shit all the time.
No, this is a 19X with a TLR7 that is way too big to PWEDC. But my little 43, yeah, I could pull that off all day, baby. And then keep an extra mag on you, and then keep another extra mag on you, and then keep that goon beam on you. You know what I'm saying? And then keep that hot sauce on you. You know what I'm saying? And then keep that blade on you. Keep that blickety blade on you. You know what I'm saying? There should never be a time that you don't have any possible tool that could help you in any situation ever. And then keep that Alfa Romeo with a can next to you with Goon Beam number 2. And if you guys do want to support the channel, what I'm going to do right after I finish this is I am going to drop a few links in the chat. You're going to see a link for Goon Beam. If you want a flashlight of the highest lumens and the highest candelas that you could literally start a fire with if you wanted to, you need to go with the Goon Beam. If you are looking to purchase one of the simplest, most comfortable holsters available, then grab a JM4 Tactical holster. Thank you, Crump, for the introduction to them. They're awesome. If you're looking for Marconi Armory slides, you can actually, don't tell anyone this, but at Rifle Supply, Marconi Armory got an exclusive deal with Rifle Supply, and you can actually get them for super cheap, pre-Cerakoted by Arcane Tactical right now. But don't tell anyone. I don't want like 60 people knowing that you can get them in flat dark earth, in OD green and black right now, available at Rifle Supply if you search Marconi Armory, which is MARCONI Armory. They are some of the highest quality slides you can get for under $300. They are that $400-500 Strike Industries quality without having to pay that money. And hands down, it's the best. So for like $280, you can get a fucking Cerakoted baller ass, crazy high quality slide. It's nuts. Or if you want to get it directly from Marconi Armor, you can do that and use code DARK and save some money too. I don't get anything for it. I'm just giving the discount to you guys. So yeah, you can do that. Also, I'm an affiliate through fucking like Brownells and PSA and all that shit. If you are going to make an order, hit me up. Ask for the link. It really does help out. But I don't want to be too forward with it and post it all over the place because honestly, I'm just doing this to do this, right? But it does help me get things that I'll be able to fuck around with. Like I'm going to be fucking around with some lights. I'm going to be fucking around with some new pieces. I'm going to be kind of playing with some new stuff just to kind of see like, what's good. Do you guys want to see what TLR7 does? Do you guys want to see my daughter wash a goon beam? Do you want to see Rich, dump a whole magazine through his 50? Joke's on you. It's a single shot. Yeah, but it's.
I need a goon beam for my 50 cal.
You actually really should put a goon beam on that. You need a goon beam that you can see a mile away with. That's reasonable. Well, guys, I'm going to poop now. I appreciate all of you guys coming in, hanging out. I know the topics that we're discussing aren't always the easiest things to discuss, but guys, like, look, we got to talk about it. So yeah, I love all y'all. Be safe, be dangerous, keep that thing on you, and for real, keep that thing on you. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.